Hi everyone, welcome back. I know it has been a while and thanks for your patience, thanks for being with me. I just want to say thanks for all who felt led to subscribe and all the new subscribers. Welcome to Pain Purpose in Time. I'm Tyshrina Newville, just a simple church girl in the Lord who loves the Lord mightily. As I said from the very beginning, no matter what I'm speaking about, whether pain or take, life experiences, joys, milestones, it's all for the glory of God. But I'm just gonna bring you through what God has been doing in my life recently, and hopefully it can be a short video. Praise God. So in the month of August, the Lord saw it fit to magnify himself in my life in a unique way. Okay, so yeah, point number one. It started off with my birthday being in two parts. The last video explained it. The first part I was able to spend with friends, close friends, my inner circle. Last year I wanted to go on a boat ride. It was not possible, but God granted me access this year, which I'm grateful. And part two was with my family, spending time in New Jersey, which I'm grateful for, and it was truly a blessing. Okay, so following afterwards, in the following week, was the convocation in New Jersey as well, and I was afforded the privilege to be in the convocation starting from Wednesday morning, thereabout to Sunday, or Wednesday night into Sunday. Yes, so I got the privilege to be there. It was truly a blessing being in the early morning prayers and the day sessions, etc. Within the convocation, I was anointed or ordained an evangelist. I will speak on that topic soon, and it was a unique moment in my life, I would say. And the Lord allowed me on my journey to document my walk with Him ever since He called me into water baptism until that point. As I said, let me get back to that topic. So as it relates to titles, someone who's really reserved as it relates to wearing a title. I'm a firm believer in demonstrating the power of God. I'm a firm believer in carrying His power. I'm a firm believer in living the life the best way possible. I'm a firm believer in saying, God, glorify yourself in my life. Firm believer in all these things. When it comes to titles, I realize there's a lot of struggle within the church walls, demonstrate who's the greatest and all that mess. So when it comes to titles, I tend to want to shy away, to be honest. However, just with anything in my life, God has a way of showing me things before it happened, and the Lord been showing me or gave the word to me when I was in my previous church. That's was the first time it was spoken into my life, and the Lord kept showing me visions of Him sending me out. And I let it be, because with the Lord, I don't know what direction He's going to take. Anyway, bringing it back. As I said, I recently transitioned from the church that I was, and it happened so swiftly. The Thursday night, I was seeking the Lord really heavy. Just say Thursday all day. I was really seeking the Lord, and I had two roads in front of me. Lord, should I stay? Should I go? It was really heavy on my heart. I stockpiled all the reason why I should stay, and I was still torn. I remember while I was on the phone with someone, I got a message on my phone. If you're subscribed to anyone's channel, you can see when things pop up. So I was subscribed to a female called Daphne Madeira, and it came up to say basically if I remember the titles. Basically, you're not defeated, you're crossing your Red Sea. So I was like, okay, God. So I said to the person, one moment I'm gonna just look at this video. So I was looking at the video, and I was 99 convinced that God was saying to me to go. But knowing me, I'm someone who likes to get a direct confirmation from the Lord. In that same day, a sister from Jamaica, we only talk. We don't really talk. I just, when you meet someone in the realms of the spirit, your spirit connect to someone. That's how we meet. And she was just asking me how I'm doing. I'm like, I'm good, sis, and everything. And I was telling her that, I told her that something was going on in my life and I needed prayer. So she said, okay, I'll pray. So I gave her my name. I gave her the details of my leader at the time and assistant leader, etc. I gave a list and I said, just pray, genuinely pray. This is the church where I'm at. I just need some direction. And in the midst of her talking, she said, it's so funny. I thought that you were going to the house of refuge. I cannot lie. When I saw she wrote that name, immediately tears fell down my eyes. I was completely shocked. I know God, and I know God speaks very precisely and on point. But to say that God directly spoke the name of the church that He was really tugging my heart to was mind-blowing. So I said, okay, God, I'm telling you, this is the same day. I went to God and I said, okay, God, I see that you're really, really speaking to me. I said, I'm someone who's principled. I believe in things being done in decency and in order. That's just me. So I said, God, how are we going to go about this? So this is Thursday night. Friday night, the vice president of the department, I said, okay, I said, God, open a door. So when I came in, the youth service did not start. So I realized that my pastor at the time was there. So I said, okay, Lord, this is it. We're about to go in. So I went in the office and we have a conversation for around half an hour. We spoke back and forth, on the topic, expressing what the Lord really been speaking to my heart. He said, I was just relaying in details. Let it be known that I would not come in any form of deception in any way, shape, and form. So I was just relaying my truth. Just as a leader, He wanted me to just consider all the aspects. And I said, yes, sir, I did. I'm someone who's very thorough before I move. So we did have all that discussion, and with the head being aware first, the Saturday, because I know when God gives you a word, the Saturday I decided to contact all heads of department and let them know what's going on. I said I spoke to the head first. I said I'm speaking to you, the heads of department, because I know that gossip can go through the church. I'm letting it be known clearly what's going on. So the heads of department said thanks for letting me know. They'll miss me, everything of that sort. And the Sunday afterwards, I came back to the church and volunteered to serve the mothers, because it was Mother's Day, and just to give up my best service, because I'm someone who believes that if I'm doing what God is telling me to do, I don't have to run, I don't have to hide, I don't have to, that's for persons who are guilty. So I went and do what the Lord bid me to do, be a blessing the best way possible. So shortly after graduating with my master's, everything transitioned into the new church. Still was working behind the scenes with my former church because I had duties. So I was working behind the scenes, getting things done in the youth department and things of that sort. So when the time came that I got ordained and everything seemed to be moving from the eyes of men so swiftly and back to back, in prayer the Lord said, so write a timeline of your journey with me and place it out there. Because once the thing about truth, even if persons still decide to question the character, truth floats. You know, it floats. It's like my mom always says, oil on top of water, it floats. So that transition has been very unique, I must admit. I felt the hands of rejection in some areas, I must admit, and I'm an individual that is learning how to deal with rejection. It's not a nice feeling, and I'm sure everyone will agree that it's not a nice feeling to be rejected, but I had to assess and saying that once God is in it, I'll learn how to process. So that was the journey up to that point as it relates to being ordained, and ever since that point in time, I realized what God has been doing in my life is intentionally magnifying the gifts that He has placed within me. So I can't explain it personally, but I just realized that God has just magnified Himself in different areas of my life, and it's humbling. It's very humbling, and it's very comforting, especially for me walking, the person walking on the pathway. Because sometimes when you're on the pathway, you know, close circles are around, friends, families are around, but they can't really understand what you're feeling. So I'll go back to the month, but this brought me to a topic that I really feel led to speak on today. And this topic goes for persons who are not only in leadership, but they're being led by God. And in being led by God, it feels as if different doors, how can I say doors? I guess different areas of relation, or how you were once viewed, is now being closed. If you like, different emotional doors are being closed on you, and you know you're being led by God, and it feels as if you're at a point where you're like, Lord, I know you're using me. Lord, I know I'm on the right track, but this is getting a bit too deep and heavy, in a sense, put it that way. But you have that feeling of like, Lord, this journey just feels a little bit too much. I know you're with me, I know you're keeping me, I know you're guiding me. It just hurts a little bit too much. And in the midst of speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself because I'm here speaking, and the answer definitely lies back in going to God. Even as I'm speaking, I know the Lord is really pricking me to say, speak and speak without fear. So I guess I'm just speaking while I'm in the process myself to say the journey at times is not easy. I look back in the scriptures and I see how many times the Lord has to speak to His disciples just to assure them that, you know, in these times, you know, you will be offended. In these times, persecutions will come. He had to really speak to their minds over and over again, just to bring hope, just to bring assurance, just to bring peace. And I will encourage anyone, especially myself, just to keep on, especially the Gospels in this season. Go through the Gospels and just to see how Jesus Himself, being in the form of a man, we don't need to look at Him in the Godhead per se, that His divinity, but in His natural being, how He felt when I just don't want to quote the wrong number. I think it was 70 started with Him, and then it dwindled right down to 12 plus Judas. How it felt just to continually be a blessing, you know, offering healing, offering deliverance, and at the same time it's just like thank you, Lord. Okay, bye. You know, I'm healed. Thank you, I'm healed. Bye. And he has to constantly deal with launching out in the deep. He has to deal with going up in the mountain. He has to deal with praying in the garden. He has to deal with, you know, not having his personal home. He has to deal with being known as the carpenter's son, uneducated. He has to deal with so many things. So many things. It hurts. It hurts. You know, it hurts. Sometimes God allows us to feel Him in that moment. That it hurts. It hurts. The journey hurts at times. It does. And it's okay not to be okay. And it's also okay to say that I will overcome. I may be hurting at the moment, but I will overcome. And I choose not to be bitter. I choose to cry. It's best you cry, and it's best you take time to process the situation, whatever it is that you're going through. But as the Lord is inspiring me even in this moment to say, keep on going. The journey is to continue to the end. Continue. Yeah, so there's a lot I can explain, especially with Lord has just brought after the convocation featuring us. It's this Ghanaian apostolic domain. I've been in the library system for a while now, and it's been a job that part of me have tried or is trying to escape, to be honest. But I must admit, in the process, God has allowed me to get my bachelor's. He has allowed me to get my master's, and He has allowed me to learn a lot of things about video and editing and, you know, photo design and a lot of things, and about how to support and to push ideas and to push business and birth things out. So sometimes you don't want that you don't want to be at a certain place, but at the end of the day you have to analyze it and say it worked together for good. It is good. It is good. So yes, the Lord brought out featuring us, and basically being in the library system, the Lord brought to me a vision in the night, and He showed me Facebook, and He said something has to change on Facebook. I was like, okay. And what He showed me, just to be short, is like He's helping everyone, several persons in their individual ministry. For example, say Sister Joan specializes in designing hats. Brother Ben specializes in doing his business. A sister and a brother specializes in a process that he has brought them through with marriage. Whatever it may be, he has individually been helping others. Now we said that to bring everyone in a central area where they can express what He has done in their life to get them to this place. This is beneficial to persons currently, and to be beneficial to persons coming up. So for example, this sister talks about making hats. This person talks about doing cake. You may listen to their story about, wow, beautiful, you know, what next? Down the line, 5 years down the line, you may like, oh my gosh, I need someone to design a hat for this event. You can go back to this central area and be like, what's that sister name again? Go back to a video and be like, try to contact her to get that thing, you know, get that done. Or there's a cake thing, someone designs cake. You may not have the need for the cake right now, but again, 5 years down the line, you may have in an event, you said, oh my gosh, I remember that sister featuring us, let me go there. Also, what God is teaching me is the principle of Judea, Samaria, the uttermost part of the world. Judea represents your familiar territory, your familiar people. You know, for me, let's say this, I'm a Jamaican black girl. What else about me? But I guess my culture right now is just heavily Jamaican, put it that way. And I know my Jamaican culture, I know what's expected, what's required, things go on. So God would say the principle of Judea is to reach, for example, persons in your norm. Reach persons in your norm. However, when God sees that you want to be stuck in your norm, He's like, okay. Sometimes He causes a bit of disturbance, or you can just intentionally be like, I can't just deal with my familiar territory, I have to go out. So Samaria now is the mix. You know, they're like the Jews mixed with them, you know, so it's the interracial. So you're called to reach other persons that have some similarities with you but differ. They need to be reached as well. So it goes out to these persons as well, to, you know, to spread the same love, the same gospel. So featuring us who cut across different cultural barriers. And then the uttermost part of the world, no, these persons nothing like us. Forget it. But God still desires to reach these persons in the uttermost parts of the earth. So that's what the principle is built on, you know, Judea, Samaria, and uttermost part of the world. And that's the mindset we should all have. If we don't, we're gonna be like Peter saying, "Not so, Lord, I will not eat. I will not eat unclean." And the Lord's gonna check us and be like, "Excuse you? Who are you to call someone unclean?" We're gonna be like, "Not so, Lord. They're not dressed like us. They're not dressed, you know, to look like us." The Lord pointed to me and said, when Joseph was promoted to be the governor of Egypt, and we know all of Joseph and all know that he saved only unto Jesus and everything. When his brothers and sisters, his brothers, came to view him, they could not recognize him because he was heavily adorned in the Egyptian garments. And yet still, he was saved, he was the deliverer at that time. So, and we're going to see people heavenly, divinely connected to God, and they look nothing like what our culture demands. So God is dealing with me with a lot of things, and He's using Bible to deal with me. So it's a journey. I'm excited, and also there is the business aspect to featuring us. So if you want me to help you in launching your business, you're tired, you're weary, you don't have time, you need someone behind the scene to help you along the way, to help you know who are you, what do you have to give to the world, what makes you unique. How can persons trust you? I know you have a gift, but how can persons trust you, or you go about to allow people to learn your character? Different things of that sort. I'm available to help you along the way. I'm available for consulting. That's the business part of it. And yes, that does come with a fee. It does come with a fee. But it's a kingdom fee. Alright? It's a kingdom fee because we know that we have to get the kingdom work done. So it won't be, it's not a fee of the world. Praise the name of Jesus. So as I said, I'm excited, and yes, God has done that part in my life. I'll put the link for featuring us in the comments area, the description area. Also, the Lord has allowed me to rest, and I'm grateful for that. So yes, there is a lot going on, and I do pray in the midst of it all, we learn, we grasp, we grow together, we seek to glorify God, and always get up. Always get up, you know, always get up. Some of us have to get up to encourage us, but God. So do have a blessed day. I pray you were edified, God was glorified, and it's a process. That's all I can say. But we're taking steps together. So God bless you. God bless you.